Hello everyone and welcome to another video on the Ordinary Boy Boxing channel. In today's video I'm going to be discussing the conundrum that is our WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Now for many years in boxing, Tyson Fury has been a name that many people have widely spoken about, whether that be for good or for bad. He has a legion of fans and he also has a legion of haters. I've followed Tyson Fury back when he was fighting on terrestrial TV in the UK, as he was on the come up. He then obviously famously beat Vladimir Klitschko, and which was a big upset at the time, and took his heavyweight championships. And then the downfall of Tyson Fury began. Tyson Fury obviously suffers with his mental health. It was clear that when he won those heavyweight championships, he wasn't ready for the spotlight to be brought on him as it was. Some of his views became more than apparent to everyone when he started to be interviewed more than ever by the media. Then there was a rematch scheduled against Vladimir Klitschko. Tyson Fury ballooned up in weight. The fight was then called off. I'm going from memory here. I think from memory it was claimed because obviously Tyson was going through a lot of problems, and I think he relinquished the belts. Which was probably true, but what was also going on is Tyson Fury did fail drugs tests around this time as well. Tyson Fury obviously had a lot of time out of the ring. He absolutely ballooned up in weight. He looked quite ill. He was obviously drinking a lot, you could tell. Even his voice was starting to go from memory when he'd be interviewed. He had the infamous face-off with Wilder after one of Wilder's fights, where he was calling him a dosser, and you could tell he was pissed while he was doing it. Tyson Fury then lost all that weight, trained his arse off, to be quite honest, and then came back against kind of lesser known comeback opponents, and then went in with Wilder, which a lot of people, including me, thought was well too early. I felt like he won that first fight. They had it a draw. He did go down in that fight, obviously famously in the 12th round was one of the knockdowns when he got up. Being absolutely honest, when I was watching the fight, I was hoping Tyson... I'm a fan of Wilder and Fury, but I was hoping Fury would get up because he was winning the fight up till the 12th round. It was sensational that he did get up, and it was great. It was a great moment in boxing of the last decade, we'll remember, when Tyson Fury got up in that 12th round. If I'm being honest though, if I'm being absolutely objective, that was a long count from the referee. I bet I'm going to get comments or messages telling me how wrong I am, but that was... a lot of fights would have been waved off. I think the referee was up to 6 at least, and Fury was still laid out on the floor. Now usually in boxing that's when the referee kind of just waves it off. But to be fair to him, he let him get up in one of the rare occasions that happens, and obviously the 12th round carried on and we ended up having 2 fights after that. So obviously they had their rematch. I think Tyson Fury, from memory, did he go straight back into that rematch? No, I don't think he did. I think he fought after. He fought after, and I remember him. I think he got cut up really badly. I can't remember the bloke's name off the top of my head who he fought. Then he went into the Wilder rematch. I picked Deontay Wilder again to knock out Tyson Fury. I heard in the build-up that Tyson Fury was saying he was going to knock out Deontay Wilder. Even his dad, John Fury, I did a bet with David Hay and said that he will my son will knock out Deontay Wilder. I didn't believe it for 1 second. What happens? Tyson Fury's changed his trainer. He's gone with a trainer from the Kronk gym, and he absolutely batters Wilder in the second fight. So for me, that was the Wilder situation done and dusted, but it wasn't. We had the third fight. At the time, Fury and Joshua were in kind of advanced negotiations for their fight finally. It was due to happen in Saudi Arabia, if I remember correctly. There was kind of a bit of an upset about that because the first time you're getting two British heavyweight champions to become undisputed, and it's not happening in Britain. Then at the 12th hour, Deontay Wilder filed basically a lawsuit against Tyson Fury to say, look, it's in the contract for this third fight. That won out, which I don't think anyone was expecting apart from Deontay Wilder. So we ended up getting Fury Wilder 3. Again, Wilder, it was a good fight. I thought it'd be a rubbish fight, to be honest. I thought it'd be the same as second, but it went longer, went towards the end of the fight. Both men were down on the canvas, but Fury did win. He then, obviously quite recently, fought Dillian Whyte at Wembley and knocked him out, and now he's got this third fight with Derek Chisora, which is wildly unpopular. Now Tyson Fury is he's a man of many contradictions. Tyson Fury will tell you that there is no man who can beat him, born from his mother, and he is the greatest. He will also say that he's just another bum in the shower, and he's not interested in greatness. He doesn't care who he fights. He will say Anthony Joshua is a bum and he'll never fight him. He'll say all he needs for his career is to fight Anthony Joshua. He said quite recently, and he said this before, that belts mean absolutely nothing to him. The same man that was, when he was the Ring Magazine champion, had a suit with all previous champions on, was announced as the Ring Magazine champion, would tell everyone whenever he got a chance that he is the Ring Magazine champion. So he contradicts himself left, right and centre. But he makes boxing interesting. Now you're probably asking, why are you doing this video, Sean, on Tyson Fury? Well, quite recently, and I'm sure quite a lot of you have seen it, he did that interview with True Geordie, where True Geordie basically kind of said to him, you know, why is this Chisora fight happening again? The reasons for it were strange. He said he's making history because it will be the only ever time there's been a heavyweight, something about it. It's the only ever time a heavyweight's done 2 trilogies, I think, was it? Something like that. And Derek Chisora's game as they come and all this. If Anthony Joshua, after losing to Usyk, decided to fight Derek Chisora, can you imagine what Tyson Fury would say? But now Tyson Fury's doing it, it's okay. It's helping an old mate out, really, is what it is. It's quite known in the sport that Tyson Fury and Derek Chisora are quite good pals. This is helping a mate out. This is giving him a payday. I think I'm not a fan of True Geordie, to be honest with you. I never really have been. But that interview, you know, don't get me wrong, he was asking Tyson, the first question I think he asked Tyson Fury was about YouTube boxing, which is just cringy. But when it got to the Chisora stuff, he was saying something and saying things to him that all these other journalists that interview him just don't say. They just kiss his ass, probably because they don't want to lose access to him. But your job's a journalist, and you know, and I'm not going to pick these out specifically, but these are the ones that come to mind. IFL TV. I've watched IFL TV for years. I think we all have who like boxing. But every time they interview Tyson Fury, it's like, well, yeah, you know, that Chisora fight should be alright. Well, you know, that's great, it's selling out. Why didn't you tell us, Tyson, how many tickets have you sold again? And wow, that's great. And it's just kind of brown nosing. And that's not what you should be if you're going to be media in boxing. It's not the way to be. Now, this is, my opinion means very, very little at all. I have, at the moment, less than 50 subscribers. I'm fairly new to YouTube. God, IFL TV have got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. On that note though, I do just want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I've been doing this, I've revived this YouTube channel for less than a month now, and I'm nearing 50 subscribers. My Conor Ben video will get up to 1,000 views soon, probably before it's a month old, and that's just astounding. So just while I'm on that subject, thank you so much everyone for watching, for liking, for commenting, subscribing. I've got, it's quite good at the moment because I'm quite small still. Anytime anyone comments, I try my best to kind of have some reply to that. If I like it, I love heart it, or I reply to you. And it's great that I can kind of have that interaction with you all. So please, if you haven't subscribed and you've liked any of the stuff I've done, please do subscribe, and also have a look through my channel. I'm sure there's something there, if you like boxing, that'll interest you. But anyway, yeah, so who am I to kind of slag off IFL TV? And it's not just them, they're the first ones that have kind of come to my head, but I can still give my opinion, and I think that it's just it's clear, you know. So sometimes when IFL TV and Kugan Cassidy do interviews, it's clear who they like, who's helping them out. I mean, look at the Conor Ben, we were talking about Conor Ben, look at the Conor Ben situation, for example, when he interviewed Eddie Hearn. Right after he got access, really the first person to get access properly to Eddie Hearn for a long interview, and he barely touches the surface of the questions that needed asking about the Conor Ben situation. Now, he knew what they were, he just didn't say them. Even if you look at the video of that, all the comments are basically saying the same of, why didn't you ask about this, why didn't you ask about this? You know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out why. But anyway, I'm streaming off to IFL TV, which isn't what this video is about. It's about Tyson Fury. So he'll fight Derek Chisora, obviously shortly in a few weeks. And then what happens? Well, he's already said, well, he said it many times, he's going to retire. He said it again this year, and then backed out and said he'll never retire. Again, a contradiction of Tyson Fury. I mean, on the horizon next year is obviously Usyk. On the horizon, as it is for every year, is Anthony Joshua, Wilder number 4, Ruiz, Daniel Dubois, Joe Joyce. They're kind of the fights that he should be having next year. But who knows with him? He shouldn't be fighting Derek Chisora when he is. I'm not sure. With Tyson Fury, I'm not sure if he fights Joshua next year, if he fights Usyk next year. I'm really not sure. It annoys me a little bit with him because he makes himself, he would deny this as well, but he kind of stands on the pedestal that he is a man of the people and the people's champ and all this. Well, take out Klitschko, who, he was always going to fight Klitschko because he was mandatory, he had nothing to lose. You take out Wilder, which again, he came in as a challenger. You know, he came in from what's not overweight, but from all that weight he'd lost. He was an underdog. He could only gain in that fight. He could only look good, as well as he did, but he could only look good in that fight. So he didn't have a lot to lose. The rematch was sanctioned in the contract, and so was the third fight. But when it's come down to Tyson Fury's choice of opponents, that's what I question. Now, I know people will say, well, he offered Anthony Joshua the fight and they didn't want it. I think that's a bit of both, really, from both teams. You know, Tyson Fury didn't strike me as someone who was crazy about the Anthony Joshua fight. I know he put it out there, but I think you've got to question why he said, I want to fight Anthony Joshua. Did he say it because he wants to fight Anthony Joshua? Or did he say it because it puts his name in the headlines again? You know, I don't know. He was either trying to lowball Joshua or he didn't want the Joshua fight, because it was always, right, you got till Thursday and then I'm never fighting you again. Like, he knows well enough that's not how negotiations worked. Derek Chisora, who's under the same management team as Anthony Joshua, had a hell of a lot longer than Joshua did. I understand it was probably an easier fight to make, but still, Chisora was given a lot longer, and it makes a fraction of the money that Fury Joshua makes. Don't get me wrong, and I don't want to give away a potential quick pick, but I really don't think this fight's going to happen ever or for a very long time. My quick pick for Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury is Tyson Fury. So it's not that I think Tyson Fury is going to lose, and it's not that I think he's scared of Anthony Joshua. I don't think he did that actually thinking the fight was going to happen. All that kind of negotiations. I think he just thought, I'm going to say his name and it'll get me loads of views and comments and whatever else. And when the fight does fall through, it'll look like it's their fault, not mine. I mean, it's the big problem with that fight. It's clear as day that Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn are just incapable of working together, especially when it comes to a fight of that magnitude. And I think that was just an example of it. So yeah, I don't really know what Tyson Fury will do next. They're the opponents that I said that he should fight. Will he? I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's got a mandatory for a while. I think he's mandatory because obviously he just holds the WBC. I think his mandatory will end up being the winner of Ruiz Wilder, if I've got it correct, which, you know, is a while off. Him and Ruiz would be fun. Do I think he'd take that fight? Not sure, maybe. I think he'd take the Wilder fight again. He's already fought him 3 times. I don't think he'd mind fighting him a 4th. When it comes to Usyk, I'm not sure if he takes that fight. You could see him in with Daniel Dubois. You could see him in with Joe Joyce. They're both under Frank Warren. It's an easy fight to make, whichever one he thinks is the easier one, which is Daniel Dubois out of the 2 of them. But yeah, I'm not... It's hard to predict what Tyson Fury's going to do next. He could, after this Chisora fight, say, oh, I'm going to retire, you know. I'm really not sure. But yeah, I just wanted to do this. It's a random video and it's not for any real reason. But I just kind of wanted to take this, what we on, 15 minutes or so to talk about Tyson Fury and his kind of his craziness over the years on what he's going to do next. As I said previously in the video, I just want to thank everyone again for who's commented, who's liked, and who's subscribed. If you haven't, please do. Please let me know in the comments what you think of Tyson Fury. I'm sure you have an opinion. Everyone seems to. So do let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. And yeah, please, if you do get the chance, click that subscribe button. Obviously, we're nearing 50 subscribers now. When or if, I'm going to say when we get to 100 subscribers, whether that takes another 2 weeks or it takes a year. When we get to that 100 subscriber mark, I will do a special video. I'm not quite sure what it'd be. I've got a few ideas, but I'll do a special 100 subscriber video just to say thank you all for your support. Anyway, that will sum up for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll see you next time.